Mind is the greatest weapon of an individual. It is just through the psyche that a person can overcome himself. It is just through the brain that a person can win. It is said that the brain is the most impressive thing on the planet. Assuming that you need something with everything that is in you, you can accomplish it. I'm not saying this, every one of the incredible men say this, yet in the event that this is valid, for what reason don't we get what we need from our heart? No person would need trouble in his see any problems, however he stays miserable. Each person needs to find success in his psyche, needs to bring in a great deal of cash, yet at the same time he isn't fruitful. Which individual on the planet would wish in his see any problems that he ought to stay fruitless or he shouldn't bring in cash? Two things turn out in this, either those extraordinary men were off base who said that the ideal thing is accomplished by doing this, or we are off base. In the present story, which I will tell you, you will get such a mantra, in the wake of understanding it, you will know such a mantra by which you will actually want to comprehend how anything should be possible by your brain. The seed of anything in the psyche you will see very well from this story how the seeds are planted, and from this you can likewise comprehend how the pattern of good following good works. The story is short, however extremely profound. Before you lose all sense of direction in this story, buy into this feed propelled. So we should begin the story. Some time ago, there was just distress in the existence of a man. Anything work he did, that unfortunate man's work was rarely finished. At the point when he got back home, there was dependably inconvenience in the house. Assuming that he requested help from anybody, nobody helped him. Maybe a heap of distresses had fallen on him from all sides. He couldn't comprehend how he could escape these distresses. He continued to figure constantly how to dispose of his distresses. Because of this, he was unable to try and rest around evening time. There were enormous dark circles under his eyes which demonstrated how miserable and stressed that man was. In some cases he even considered ending it all, yet he was unable to make this stride because of stressing over his loved ones. He was so miserable. He concluded that he will dispose of these distresses and will stay unadulterated, regardless of the amount of difficult work he possesses to do, regardless of the amount of he possesses to do, regardless assuming he needs to stroll on coals, he will dispose of these distresses and will remain this way. On one occasion he asked his companion that how might I work on my life. His companion let him know that you ought to go to some Baba. He concluded that he will dispose of these distresses and will stay unadulterated, regardless of the amount of difficult work he possesses to do, regardless of the amount of he possesses to do, regardless assuming he needs to stroll on coals, he will dispose of these distresses and will remain this way. On one occasion he asked his companion that how might I work on my life. His companion let him know that you ought to go to some Baba. Tell that Baba his concern and ask him its answer, and say that Baba, I'm prepared to do everything except if it's not too much trouble, get me freed of these issues of mine. I will do anything you say, yet kindly work on my life. Baba used to let him know a few enchantment stunts, and as a trade-off for doing the stunts he used to take gifts, expressing that in the wake of getting the job done there will be satisfaction and harmony in your home. Simply do this, doing the totka with complete technique. That man got back and begun doing totka with complete system, yet even subsequent to doing a great deal of totka, there was no adjustment of his life. Going against the norm, his life turned out to be more hopeless. Whichever Baba used to give him totka, he used to take gift from him, consequently because of which his abundance was likewise leisurely consummation. This expanded the wretchedness in his life. Then, at that point, he felt that by going to the Babas, the hopelessness in my life is expanding as opposed to diminishing. So how would it be a good idea for me to respond? Would it be advisable for me to go to the Babas or not? Then one day a man let him know that you ought to call a pundit in your home and finish a havan. After the havan, the house will be cleansed. Assuming there is any bad energy in the house, it will leave the house. Call a pundit and get the mantras discussed and totally finish total system, so there is harmony and satisfaction in the house. This thing trapped in the man's brain, and he called a pundit to his home and finished the havan. The havan was finished well. Consequently, the pundit likewise took a decent gift, and after that he left from that point. He left, yet following a couple of days that man felt that there was still no adjustment of his life. Now that man ended up being totally miserable and more disturbed. Presently he began feeling that the distresses in his day-to-day existence will continue forever, and thinking this, that man's condition turned out to be awful. Then the very beginning of his companions let him know that he came to be familiar with a not Baba take any gift for giving arrangements. That man felt that this Baba can't resemble different Babas since he takes no gift, and on the off chance that he takes no gift then he should be a genuine Siddha Baba, and thinking this he arrived at close to that Baba. At the point when that man arrived at there, that Baba was sitting in contemplation. Seeing this, that man stayed there unobtrusively and hung tight for him to emerge from reflection. Sooner or later, when Baba woke up, he saw a miserable and disturbed young fellow sitting before him. When he saw the dark circles under his eyes, he comprehended that how disturbed this man is with his life. Tending to him, Baba inquired, "Child, what is it that you need? What have you come to take from Baba?" That man said, "Child, what is it that you need?" I said, "Baba, I'm exceptionally bothered with my life. I have taken on numerous ways of disposing of these distresses, attempted each stunt that a few Babas told me, accomplished each work that any individual advised me to do, however there was no decrease in distresses in my day-to-day existence. Going against the norm, there was an expansion in distresses in my day-to-day existence. I can't comprehend what to do. In some cases I consider ending it all, yet pondering my family, I'm not ready to make this stride. I have heard a great deal about you Baba, and I have come to you with a ton of trust. If it's not too much trouble, show me a way through which I can dispose of my distresses. I'm prepared to effectively dispose of my distresses. You will let me know a way, regardless of how troublesome that way is, I will cross it." Baba felt that the man is actually quite upset. Baba, in the wake of paying attention to him, said that kid, mantras to dispose of distresses are not seen as very much like that. To get the mantra, something must be finished. You can follow through with something. Hearing this, at first the man felt that this Baba would likewise request gift from me, however on not finding differently, the man said that Baba, I'm prepared to give you anything gift you need, yet your mantra ought to be valid, it ought to be finished, I ought to get its natural products, after that I will give you anything gift you need. Baba said that gift is something tiny, I don't need it. On this the man thought and said, Baba, I'm prepared to stroll on ashes too. You simply give me your authorization. Baba said that I won't cause you to do this little thing of strolling on ashes. What I will compel you do is an extremely challenging mantra, can you finish it? Baba said, Baba, you simply let me know what I need to do, I'm prepared to do anything. On this Baba let him know that when you go to your home from here, then on the manner in which continue to rehash to you that I am cheerful, I'm blissful, I'm cheerful. Rehash this to you and once more and recall that the prospect of a monkey shouldn't come to you. This is to be rehashed exclusively in the psyche. Hearing this the man said, Baba, simply this much, I will do it with next to no problem, yet what will occur by this? Baba said, attempt this mantra and see, in any case you have heard the mantras of such countless Babas. On the off chance that you have gotten it done, attempt this mantra as well. That man believed that Baba isn't taking any gift and it is a little mantra, I will do it at any rate. He said, okay Baba, I will do this mantra. Saying this, the man got up from that point and begun strolling, however when he began strolling, Baba expressed from behind, kid, recollect a certain something. At that point, the possibility of a monkey shouldn't strike a chord. You shouldn't consider a monkey, really at that time this mantra will find success. That man said, till date, I have not had any thought about a monkey, so for what reason will it come now? Try not to stress Baba, I will simply rehash to me that I am blissful, I'm cheerful. Aside from this, no thought about a monkey will strike a chord. Saying this, the man left from that point. He had gone a little distance rehashing to him, I'm blissful, I'm cheerful, when out of nowhere the prospect of a monkey struck a chord. The prospect of a monkey came once and disappeared as well, however that man thought, till date, I have not had any thought about a monkey, for what reason did the possibility of a monkey come today? Furthermore, by doing this, he grasped the prospect of that monkey. He failed to remember that what mantra do I need to rehash, and he began thinking about the monkey. Sooner or later he recaptured cognizance. He again began rehashing a similar mantra which Baba had told him, I'm blissful, I'm cheerful. However, unexpectedly he saw a monkey before him, and seeing this, the possibility of the monkey again emerged to him, and he needed to toss the idea insane. He needed that the possibility of the monkey shouldn't ring a bell in any capacity. However, he saw a monkey before him. While doing this, he arrived at home, and in the wake of arriving at home, he told his significant other, gracious monkey, give me a monkey to eat, and when he understood what he had said, he began pulling his hair and wasting his time. Till date I had no thought about the monkey, and today what has befallen me that I am seeing monkeys all over. What sort of deception is this? Figuring this, the man couldn't rest the entire evening. He continued to abandon side to side the entire evening, and subsequent to getting up in the first part of the day, he went directly to similar Baba and fell at his feet and said, Baba, I don't have any idea what marvel is going on. Till date I have not seen any thought about the monkey. The idea didn't come yet since yesterday when you let me know that the prospect of monkey shouldn't come. From that point forward I'm seeing monkeys all over the place. The man said that, Baba, I can see the monkey sitting on the tree behind you eating bananas. What's going on, Baba? Hearing this, Baba began giggling. Kid, the snare of the brain is such a web that it isn't the case straightforward. Monkeys used to come in your manner before too. At the point when you came to me, these monkeys were wandering on these trees. However, at that point this monkey was not to you. Then, at that point, you were just pondering your distresses. After this, Baba let him know that, kid, anything we need to take off from, that very thing enters exceptionally somewhere down in our psyche, it gets retained in our psyche mind. As a matter of fact, anything that thing we need to dispose of, we need to dispose of it since it is associated with us profoundly, and the more we need to dispose of it, it gets settled all the more profoundly to us. Lastly, it gets immersed in our psyche mind. Obviously we need to be content that I am blissful, I'm cheerful, our lips. They continue saying exactly the same thing since there is consistently trouble in our psyche, in our viewpoints, we see just bitterness to us. That is the reason by over and over saying with our tongue that I am cheerful, I'm blissful, we won't be content until this mantra enters our inward brain. On this the man asked that, Baba, yet how might this mantra enter our internal brain? On hearing this, Baba said that, kid, quit battling with your misery. As long as you continue pondering eliminating your misery, till then those misery will adhere to you. Till then those pity will continue to lead your internal brain, and the day you quit contemplating those bitterness, you won't have any desire to dispose of those pity. From that day onwards misery will vanish from your life in light of the fact that to dispose of anything we need to contemplate that thing, and the more we contemplate that thing, the further our own pity occurs to us. More often than not we contemplate pity we feel that there is pity in our life and we need to dispose of it. That is the reason by reconsidering and again those distresses enter our inward brain and we don't for even a moment acknowledge it. That is the reason to dispose of distresses. Then, at that point, quit pondering disposing of distresses and you will dispose of distresses. Frequently an individual needs to stop smoking, needs to stop liquor. He guarantees himself in the first part of the day that he won't do any off-base thing. However, when he returns at night, he brings taint back. For what reason does it happen that we can't satisfy what we are thinking? In reality, we are giving an excessive amount of significance to that thing. At the point when we ponder leaving that thing, we increment its significance or its forte. The more our brain ponders that thing, the more it contemplates stopping liquor or smoking, the more our psyche will pursue that thing. We don't need to battle with that thing, however, go through it automatically. Also, in the event that we comprehend this mantra, we can place in our inward psyche anything we desire to accomplish in our life, and when that objective gets comfortable our inward brain, in the event that it is there, everything looks great in getting achievement, everything looks great. So friends, how did you like this story? Do tell us in the comments section, and if you liked it, then do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Inspire. Thank you.